Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? I am excited to be here. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. Um, all right, it's finally happening. I'm finally doing my live stream that I have planned for the past like 3+ weeks. I just haven't had the time, but I wanted to make it a point to do it today, because, well, I mean, it makes sense to finally do this now that I have the time. Um, so I've been watching My Hero since like the second season came out, and I got enthralled with it. And then I watched the third season and was like, okay, well, I have to just binge read the manga. So I got caught up, and now we are finally here. It is the ending. And I have heard that this is a very controversial ending. Um, but I think that it's going in the right direction, maybe. I mean, and then there might be more after I hear, I guess. I don't know. There might be something after. So I've read up to 428, so I'm gonna read 429 and 430, which is the last two chapters, and then I believe there's a one shot for the movie. Um, so I'll probably read all three of those and give my thoughts on how I like the ending and how everything went. So just know that this is going to be like three chapters I'm reading. So I'm going to probably just go through them, give my thoughts on them as I read them, and so on and so forth. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, follow, subscribe, all the good stuff on the TikTok and YouTube. Um, and also, I just want to let everyone know this weekend coming up is Anime NYC, and I will be there. So if you see me or you think you see me, I'll be dressed up as Crocodile one day, Corazon the next, and then I'll figure out which one I want to be for the third day. But I will be there all 3 days. So please come say hi, say what's up. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's jump into this. So we got My Hero 429, and they have the cover of Shonen Jump, and they also have the movie poster. Um, excuse me, in the top right hand corner. Um, so this is cool that Shonen Jump gave him the cover for 429. I don't think they gave it to him for 430, which was their last serialization chapter. Like, so that's kind of fucked up, but at least they gave it to him the time before. I know that Oda has been very critical of Shonen Jump because of them doing that type of shit. Um, so I'm glad they at least gave him this because Horikoshi and Oda are really close. So the notes for Horikoshi says, thanks to you all, MHA has been here for 10 years. Please stay with it just a little longer. And then we get this cool double spread. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Hold up. Let me do my job. Forgot to do this ahead of time. There we go. All right, it's in the bottom right hand corner. Um, so you guys can follow along where I'm at. Okay. So we got everybody dressed in black and green. Um, they all look super great. We even get to see invisible girls, what she actually looks like. Um, so this is taking place what should be right after. Actually, let me just double check. Yeah, it's right after Izuku sees Uraraka right at the top of the mountain looking over as she's crying. It says, a boy's monologue. After we found out that my quirk is a variation that doesn't come from anyone in the family, daddy, mommy, sister, uncle, auntie, grandpa, granny, and great granny stopped being nice to me. But then they tied me up and locked me in the basement. I was so scared. I was so sad and scared, so I cried and screamed, which made them sew my mouth so it wouldn't open that much. I don't know how many years passed since that day, but then they all started saying, "This country is doomed." They only gave me as much water and sweets as they could carry, and then I never saw them again. Some time passed, and a big impact opened up some cracks in the basement, letting me leave the house. It had been so long that the sunlight made my skin hurt. It was so scary. It was scary. I wondered why I couldn't leave, why it saddened me so much. All this time, I felt scared and sad. So, why is it that other people are smiling like that? I've always loved seeing people happy. That's why I wanted to become a hero, but Ochako-chan, it would have been okay for a hero to do those things. Uh, but you were concerned about me even though you didn't need to be. I'm alive at the expense of Himiko-chan's life. What I did. And Deku goes chasing towards Uraraka, and Uraraka says, Deku-kun, why are you here? How? I just had a gut feeling. So I jumped all the way up here using One for All. After all, this is the place where we had our important talk. That's not what I meant. I said I'd be going home, didn't I? You did, and it'd have been fine if that was really the case. But I had a feeling you'd be here. Why? I don't want to be seen. Sorry, but I want to show you because that's how it's always been when it comes to you, Uraka-san. Ever since the entrance exam, it's my quirk. Sorry for stopping you, but, well, it's a bad omen to trip and fall. Remember the point system? Can you give him some of my points I earned? You've always been like that. But Deku, well, it just screams, do your best. I kind of like it. You've always prioritized others over yourself. Even during the sports festival, always, always. Deku-kun, you gotta calm down. I'm always getting saved by you. This place is his hero academia. Let him stay here. She's crying and he says, you are my hero. That's why I don't want to depend on your strengths forever. Holding someone's hand can put your heart at ease. And he reaches out his hand and puts it in hers. And Uraraka's crying. He says, Himiko-chan, when heroes suffer, died because of me. If I hadn't been stabbed, if I didn't have all those unnecessary thoughts, her quirk power allowed her to share her blood with anyone. Even if that wasn't how she looked, wasn't there another way to find her sooner? If only I had realized it sooner. If I met her when we were kids, would things have been different? Who will be there to protect the heroes? Wow. This is just like real, like hugging on the heartstrings. Like it's just I will say my hero has always been good at showing, great emotion and growth through these things. And Deku says, I've also been having these thoughts about Tenko and Komura Shigaraki. Now that the battle is over, things won't just go back to how they were before. All for One told me that the path I chose is a thorny one. But even so, if we keep reaching out our hands, even when it's none of our business, and I'm sure that, and then all of a sudden we see Dark Shadow and the rest of Class 1A and says, "Oh, they are here. Uraraka, we're here too." Stupid Ochako-chan. I was waiting for you to open up to me. You can always tell me what you're feeling. And Deku feels like this small little flame of All for One inside of him. And Bakugo says, "You jumped all the way here, right? Are the embers doing fine?" And he said, "Yeah." "What? Embers? Does that mean, wait, why didn't you tell us?" One for All was completed. Power brought together by the bravery of many. And then we get to see the classes. We get Monoma got a statue and is laughing about it. Eri is, in a class with um, doing a song or something. And what's his name? Aoyama has a cap on. They're doing a send off party. It says, "Now, if we all could create something of our own." You want to expand the chart? Yeah, but just a part of it. I think we'll have to wait until the restoration reaches a certain point, though. It's just that many non-heroes played a big role during the war. We'll select some people to be considered heroic figures instead of the heroes we already have. Hmm. All Might says, "I was leaning towards abolishing the popularity aspect of it. On a merit demerit system, the focus will always be on demerits, but I want to update it without letting go of the positives. Even the greatest can't be everywhere every time. If we're trying to save as many people as possible, our current model is not the answer. So we can have many greatest heroes." Yeah, that's they finally were able to leave their house. This person who was had their mouth sewn shut and was locked in, and it says, "Why am I the only one to Sunny? I wondered if that kid was saved by a hero after I left. That still keeps me awake at night. That day, Izuku Midoriya showed us something. Instead of just rooting for him, we felt the need to do something. That's what people felt that day, and this feeling will just get stronger. So it's fine now, because Granny's here. Hey, what are you two doing? A society where heroes have time to spare. Eventually, the wind initiated by Deku and his friends will, and this is next issue, last chapter, and poster color page. Okay. So I really like this, and I really like the way that everything happened here because we got to see the start of what would be like a new villain, but then it was like the people who had wronged him had come back and said that Deku inspired them to do things differently, and they're like, it's fine now because Granny's here. So it's like this possible villain was stopped before it even started. you know, in the way of the restructuring of the world. One for All only has embers left, so that means Deku is running out of time. It's crazy. All right, last chapter of My Hero Academia. And then it says, these past 10 years are why we are here now. This is a really cool color spread for My Hero. It says, I'm so glad I could be published in Jump. I'm so happy for everyone who read it. Thank you so much. It's already destroyed. It all depends on what you'll do tomorrow. People are not born equal. Individually, we all look different, and so we're able to empathize with others. Our differences, both physical and mental, allow us to run towards other people in search of a common ground. It looks like Coda is older now, and you get to see him. And it says, Big Bro Midoriya. I mean, Deku Sensei, where do you want us to meet for our practical skills practice this afternoon? That's something I was taught at the age of 17. The truth about society. Like it says, at the bus stop, since we're going to USJ. Wow, there's so much here to unpack. This is on that day I heard many voices of encouragement and prayers. Even now, those voices keep me in good spirits. If caring about others is the first step to becoming a hero, then on that day, we were all the greatest heroes. So must be thinking, then why are you still writing, right? Came to, oh, let's see if I'm fitting. Came to an end alongside the embers of All for One, or one came to an end alongside the embers of One for All. I got to live this dream that should have been impossible. My story, which started when my body moved before I could think. Well, because there are still some pages left. Okay. 8 years later, so there's a time skip. Entrance entrance exams are finally approaching, folks. I want you to hand me these future career forms until next week. I'm going to UA's hero course. Support items are the trend these days. I'm joining Lightly Lab, that's for sure. Hold on, I just want to go back and look at this. So we get to see, Deku being at home with his mom, you get to see All Might and what's his name? Gran Torino and the other granny from that used to heal. Um Todoroki, Miriko, Bakugo, Mountain Lady, and Kamui Woods. Um, you see Shoji. He's like meeting with other like I don't know what they're called, like eh, heteromorphs. That's what they're called. Uh, you get to see all these different things taking place. You see Endeavor in the wheelchair with his family, Aizawa um, and Mike going to the grave. Like, there's so many great moments. You get to see what looks to be Ida speaking at like a conference. You know, It says, that's the support item designing company where that genius inventor Hatsumi-san works. So she went on to do even more crazy things. I'll become a doctor like Ryu Yoshida. I want to take care of people that most would consider beyond saving, just like him. It says, I want to join Gel Inc., which became famous after the cyber war 5 years ago. Having a career in programming sounds so cool. And it looks like La Brava and Gentle are there. So Gel Inc. That makes sense. And someone's like, you, what? You want to become a hero too? Hey, stop looking. With that quirk of yours not happening, die. You don't know that. The rate of new villains keeps decreasing, and the number of heroes have stabilized too, you know. We're entering the age where only the strongest can become heroes. It says, people have changed. When I was a kid, everyone used to say they wanted to be like All Might, Endeavor, Best Genius, Deku, Great Explosion God, Dynamite, or Choto. I'm the only one who hasn't grown up. I know that. That's why whenever I feel anxious, I come to this place. Ready to try your best as a first year die? Uh-huh. So he's at the All Might statue. Tentacle has been collecting remarkable feats ever since his debut. His efforts are on resolving prejudice-based incidents in a peaceful way in small cities where these are still present are remarkable. His achievements and influence have earned him the Imamura Peace Prize. To dedicate this prize to those who revolted 8 years ago, I'm able to stand here today thanks to their will. Now, to some team up news, Ingenium, Froppy, Creati, and Aravity are visiting grade schools all across the country. The villain incident rate is decreasing and the hero's range of operations is broadening. Among them, the Quirk Counseling Expansion Project that Uravity has set forth is being considered one of the most essential aspects of the current society. Um, oh, look, Eri is like a high schooler, and Aizawa says, Midoriya, have you seen this? Your childhood friend is gonna drop in the chart once again. Kachan? Why are you so damn close? Yikes. I'm not a freaking exposition piece. Do you want to die? You tried your best to make him change, right, Sensei? It was pointless. The way he talks. Now I'm pretty sure that Todoroki will shoot ahead in the rankings. He keeps solving incidents day and night, and despite being a bit awkward, he treats all his fans very well. Nowadays, practically no one still refers to him as Endeavor's son. He's going to surpass Mount Lady in Kamui Woods and go toe to toe with Togata Senpai, the top hero. Monoma-kun and Honeki-kun are also doing great. The other day, Togata Senpai was screaming, I'm so scared while laughing. Do you feel lonely? But years ago, when you were talking to Fuwa Senpai, I thought to myself, even if I go back to being quirkless, I'll still be able to use my experience to encourage other people. I think that's pretty cool in a way. Do you think I'm cool, Sensei? I wish you were stricter with your students. That's important, you know. In current society, many kids think that making it to UA will guarantee them a great future as heroes. We got to get rigid to prevent them from becoming arrogant. Got it? You were pretty kind to us, though. After we became adults, it's been hard getting our days off to coincide and meeting up. Red Riot, a hero who's very popular with men, little by little getting closer to unraveling his surprising origin. It's Red, unbreakable. Seeing everyone's hero work makes me very happy. And whenever I'm feeling nostalgic about our school days, I come here. A kid goes to trip, and then Deku jumps and catches the kid before he falls. And someone else says, "Ouch, that was close. Thank you." He says, Dek? Huh? Deku Izuku Midoriya? Wow, you're a real guy. Oh, so you'll be taking the entrance exams? Times are changing fast, and now people like me with weak quirks, when compared to their classmates, can't keep up. That's why I came here to ask the All Might statue. Can I become a hero just like the two of you? Can I become a hero like you, All Might? A quirk that consists of throwing plates, if it comes from your hair, I think you could take inspiration from Mineta-kun. Throwing many of them at once could enhance the strength, and I just saw you change their size, right? I think it's very fairly versatile. How scary. What's that? He's encouraging me? Now that my dream has come true, it's my turn to give people dreams. Don't worry. Just now you tried reaching out to that kid. That kid, right? You can be a hero. Do your best, kid. I'd be lying if I said I don't feel a bit lonely. But if I can encourage other people like that, then that's the story of how we all become the greatest heroes. And what took you so long, young Midoriya? I could have gone to the airport if you had told me sooner. I wanted to give you a surprise gift. Is it a tapestry? The data from my fight against All for One 8 years ago opened up some crazy possibilities, apparently. Technology keeps evolving alongside the evolution of quirks. You once succeeded at using multiple quirks at once, right? So now I want to get data from you. But that looks so expensive. It was created by my friend from the US alongside young Hatsumi and funded by the Class A alumni with young Bakugo at the heart of it. The secret's out. Your body still moves on its own, right? Take this to heart, kid. This too is a power you've earned fair and square. This is the story. Let's go, Deku. Do we have more time to kill than before? A landslide at Star War Highway is messing with traffic, requesting help from heroes. Of how all of us will keep reaching out our hands forever. Yeah, Jiro still has like one earphone jack thing. Thank you for reading thank you for reading for so long. We hope you look forward to Horikoshi Sensei's next work. Final volume 42 is scheduled to be released on December 4th. And okay, I need to give my thoughts on this because thought it was actually really good. Like I like a lot of the stuff. I will say, as someone who, doesn't necessarily like ship characters or do any of that stuff normally. Um, I will say I'm a little upset we didn't see anything about like any relationships growing within Class 1A, even just as far as like Deku and Uraraka, right? Like that was like the whole thing is like they had this uh, unacknowledgeable in the moments love because like they were about to go off to war. So it's like, of course, they didn't, broaden that type of thing before something like this took off. But then I thought that was their moment right there at the end when, of last chapter when they were all on that hill. Uh, excuse me. And so I was like, okay, maybe they will show it later. But then they didn't even show it later. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that there were so many, and I mean so many allusions to Deku and Uraraka being together that it just like it only kind of made sense. I guess that's how I feel. Um, that they would have just gotten together like or something like that. I mean, it just to me it doesn't really make any sense. That something like this would come to fruition without actually showing it. And I will stand 10 toes on this. There was a way to make it so that Deku had a quirk at the end of this and he was still able to be a hero besides for like being like, oh, there's a mechanical suit that you can use that I used for the fight against All For One, and we used all that data to create this thing. There was another way of doing it. And like Deku looks super fucking cool in his hero outfit. He looked great. Like, but again, there was a way that they could have done this that would have made sense. And I will stand on this thought of how this shit could have happened. And it should have been New Order. It should have been fucking the quirk because it literally rebelled from uh Shigaraki and All For One, and they could have came back around. Oh. When she gave it the order to destroy all the other quirks or rebel from anyone with multiple quirks. To me, that was the setup, right? That was the setup to be like, oh, Deku's gonna lose one for all. Um, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Or yeah, one for all. And then he was gonna get the ability to take on New Order because he had no quirks. So he would have had one of the coolest fucking powers, but it would have been different. And then he would have had to learn it all over again and learn how to be a hero again. Like that to me would have been so fucking dope. But that's not what happened. And this is what happened. Um, like I kind of just wish that they were able to do that. Um, I will say it is really cool though, because when they're all leaping and leaving the area, we get to see a Komura Shigaraki looking up at him, as he's, still heroing and stuff like that, which is cool. And he doesn't need a quirk, but I just thought that it was like a plot device that was there that could be utilized. Um, so it's just that's a little bit kind of like, well, they could have done more with that, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the crazy. Um, okay. Before the final war, it says Izuku and the others stand. Someone stands in the way. Who is the new villain? It says the battle ravages Japan, turning it into a lawless wasteland after Izuku returns to UA. With the time given by Stars and Stripes, It allowed the students of UA to train and prepare. They strive to capture escapees. Currently, more and more villains are making an appearance. Please make sure all citizens evacuated at this time. So they're saving different people. The police are helping us out with catching the escapees, but it never seems to end. We're linking up squads 1 and 2 from here. We're going to exchange intel. There are still some villains that haven't been identified. Yeah, we'll do what we can as heroes. We can't even rest here. We're all together, so everyone has made it. This place has really been ran through. Probably makes it easy for the villains to hide out. It's been really rough with the attacks on the shelters as well. The roads are bad as supplies can't really be dispatched. Yeah, we really have to beef up security. Young Midoriya, how goes capturing the escapees? All Might, with the help from the others, everything is going smoothly. There are still villains the police haven't identified. Stay on your toes. I'm headed to UA. I'm watching you all. Yes, sir. I'm sorry you have to keep fighting. Getting your rest is important. Got it. You take care as well, All Might. Everyone, with this little time, try and get some rest. Nap with all your might. Yes, sir. Thanks, Ochako. I don't need a break. Let's hurry up to the next place. Just take a break, Bakugo. Hey, All Might was watching. I'm going ahead of you. Izuku. Not quite used to calling him that, are you? It gives you the heebie-jeebies, doesn't it, Midoriya? Yeah, you've been calling me that for over 10 years. Like that matters. It's normal for childhood friends to call you by their first name. The hell we are. You don't understand a thing. You guys aren't childhood friends. He was a leech. Oh, heroes. Aren't you leaving yourselves open? Look for the supplies. Get some cars too. You thought we didn't notice? In this world, we'll always be heroes. They're running. Dang, and they're just piecing them up. Now, Black Whip. He riles them all together. Don't look down on us. No matter the situation, we'll always save others. Call the police. We've captured the villains. Great work, Shoto. You've done well, everyone. There are eyewitness reports of villains in the Eastern District. Your continued efforts are making a difference. The details. Ugh. One after the other, will knock them down. Let's go. The future is in their hands. Next is Young Myths. I will. Our time. My time. The movie premieres on August 2nd. Check out My Hero Academia. You're next. I think it comes out in October um, for uh, for America. So I'm really interested to see the movie. I thought the last movie was actually really good too. So I'm pretty interested in what's going to be going on there. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, I liked the ending. I think it could be better. It could be better. I would give this ending, like the chapters themselves, I really like a lot of the emotional stuff that My Hero's really fucking good at. Like they do great with it. My only issue with their stuff is the fact that it's like they ended it on such a weird note that's just like, I don't know. Like it's like they ended it with him just being a normal guy and being like, see, everyone can be a hero, but it's like that was the whole point of him getting a quirk and doing the thing. Is we knew that everyone could be a hero and he just wanted his shot to do it and we wanted to see him do it. But then for him to not end up a hero is just like, I mean, he's still technically a hero, but he doesn't have a quirk. I don't know. It's just kind of tough. I can understand why people don't like it. I don't mind it. I guess. Huh. I just think it could be better. That's my biggest gripe with it is I just think it could be better. So overall though, I did like it. It was good. I love their grown up forms. Like I wish we could have maybe seen more of that, given us one more chapter of that. And just kind of expanded on their relationships after the fact. Like I feel like I know what, that there's like four people teaming up and different people are going here and there and stuff like that. And I guess Midori is teaching. It's really not spelled out in a really great way. He's like teaching the next youths or whatever, but it's like, I mean, I get it. He's got a lot of knowledge to bestow on people. He was a hero for a long time. He or not even a long time. He was one of the best heroes because of how insane his abilities were, and things like that. So that was cool. It just, I don't know. It lacked us something. I feel like there was something missing. I didn't get that like good like, damn, that ending was solid as fuck. I just thought that ending was all right. You know, like I didn't expect it to be like the best ending I've ever seen. I just expected it to be better than it was. So I don't know. All I know is overall it was good. I think that there were things that could be improved on. I think that there were some things that overdid my expectations, like the emotional parts of the ending. Like the last 5 chapters have been riddled with emotions, seeing everything that has taken place. Um, I wish we would get just a little bit more of like the fallout and everything that took place after, the war, and then maybe just a little bit more of them as adults, their relationships and how things go. So, but overall, I thought it was pretty good. I would give the whole, like, if you're looking at it as like a whole series, I would say it's probably like an 8. Like for the fights, the emotional impact, the story, and all that other stuff, I would say it's like an 8. It's good, it's really good. But it's definitely far from perfect. So I don't think that I can give it those like last 2 points. But overall, I really do like My Hero Academia. I mean, it's one of my favorites. It's been, since I binged it and or since I really got into it, I just wanted more seasons, so I was impatient. Um, but overall, I thought it was really well done. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know how you liked it, what your opinions of the ending are. If you were a little, like, oh, they could have done something different. But overall, I did think it was good. It just wasn't great. But yeah, so that is where I will be wrapping. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you see me at Anime NYC, please come through and bullshit with me. Talk One Piece, talk My Hero, talk whatever, talk anime, talk hot takes. I don't care. But if I don't, hope I see you on the next live. I will be doing a JJK one. I'm like 5 chapters behind in JJK. Like it has been a minute. I will be doing another live stream either, sometime this week or later today. So I will let you guys